Okay, so hello everybody, let's attempt this question. What is the smallest possible sum of two positive integers whose product is 999,996? Okay, you can go ahead and attempt it, but I'm going to solve this question. First, we have to look at two factors whose difference is too is small. Okay, so here we need two factors with a very small difference because that will give us the smallest possible sum that we're looking for. And what is coming into my mind now is difference of squares. So I'm just going to do that by saying 999,996 is equal to 1000 squared. Then I'll look for another square number. It's not looking for, I think the only number that we can subtract from now 1000 squared to give us that is 4, which happens to be a square number. So yeah, that makes this a reasonable question. So we are just going to arrange that strip, and we'll set that as our primary equation. Okay, because I want to take a good look at it when we solve for other stuffs like that. Then we are creating a solve equation, which is the product of the two numbers xy is equals to 1000 squared, like we have on the right hand side for the major equation, minus 2 uh, minus 2 squared. Now we have broken down 4 into 2 squared. So this strip is letting us know that xy is the same thing as 999,996. Okay, I think I wrote 9 million here, but yeah, please, my bad. It's supposed to be 999,996. Okay, so let's go ahead to work, or let's work on understanding of this. So why am I working with difference of two squares? Because that's the only way I can get there are other ways you can think of this, but difference of squares is going to get me that minimum number we want. Okay, and you see it at the end of the day. So now I'm making the third equation, which is representing the sum equation. So we want to sum up at the end of the day when we get the value of x and the value of y. So here we are good to go, right? Okay, now it's time to solve. We are getting the second equation and we are going to bring it out. Okay, so we can say xy is equals to 1000 squared minus 2 squared. Okay, now we are solving this using difference of squares. Difference of squares because these two numbers are square numbers. 1000 is square and 2 is square. So we have minus in the middle, which is difference of squares. And whenever you have difference of squares, just write the two numbers in two separate brackets and change the signs in them. One should be plus and the other one should be minus. So x is same thing as 1000. Okay, so we could also say x is 1000 plus 2 and y is 1000 minus 2, and it could be the other way around. Okay, but if we check that product, we discover that we have the two factors to be correct because it's giving us 9,996. So we could pick any of them and make s, and pick any of them to make y. We don't really need to know the value of x and y. We need to know their sum. So it's not as important as knowing their sum now. So we can plug in the value of x for x, which is 1002, and we plug in the value of y for y, which is 998. And yeah, I think we're almost done. Okay, we'll just rearrange the strip and we'll take the sum. Okay, so in this case, we are just going to take the sum of 1002 and 998, and what we have here is 2000. So the smallest sum we can think of is 2000. Okay, let's move over to the graph and let's locate the 2 points, x and y. Okay, so I've written a graph. Xy is equals to the product of the two numbers, right? It's equals to 999,996. And when you zoom in to take a look, you see that, yeah, this is the only integer that we have this is the only positive integer that we have that could be the smallest to give us that sum we need.